Hello guys and welcome back to the Dazzling Destinations channel. In this video we're going to talk about the top 10 most comedy movies of all time. Whether you're in the mood for a good laugh or just looking to unwind, these movies are guaranteed to leave you in stitches. So without any further ado, let's dive into the list. Number 10. The Pink Panther. The Pink Panther is a comedy classic that has stood the test of time. The movie is a perfect blend of physical comedy, witty dialogue, and memorable characters that have become iconic in movie history. Peter Sellers' performance as Inspector Clouseau is a standout, as he brings the bumbling detective to life with his physical humor and hilarious accent. The film's plot, which centers around the theft of the Pink Panther diamond, is a clever, engaging mystery that keeps audiences guessing until the very end. In addition to the film's comedy and mystery elements, the Pink Panther also boasts a memorable score by Henry Mancini. The film's theme song, the Pink Panther theme, has become synonymous with the movie and has been used in various other media over the years. The film's success led to a franchise of sequels and spin-offs, but the original remains a timeless classic that continues to entertain audiences of all ages. Whether you're a fan of classic comedies or just looking for a good laugh, The Pink Panther is a must-see movie that is sure to leave you in stitches. Number 9. The Hangover. The Hangover is a comedy movie that follows the misadventures of a group of friends who travel to Las Vegas for a bachelor party. The movie stars Bradley Cooper, Ed Helms, and Zach Galifianakis and is directed by Todd Phillips. The film's plot centers on the aftermath of a white night of partying, where the group wakes up with no memory of what happened and must retrace their steps to find the missing groom-to-be. Along the way, they encounter a series of outrageous situations and hilarious characters that keep audiences laughing from start to finish. One of the standout elements of The Hangover is the chemistry between the three lead actors. Bradley Cooper, Ed Helms, and Zach Galifianakis all bring unique qualities to their roles, and their interactions are both hilarious and heartwarming. Galifianakis in particular steals the show as the socially awkward and unpredictable Alan, whose antics provide some of the movie's most memorable moments. The film's success led to 2 sequels, but the original remains a fan favorite that continues to be popular with audiences of all ages. Number 8. Airplane. Airplane is a classic comedy movie that parodies the disaster movie genre. The film, directed by James Abrahams, David Zucker, and Jerry Zucker, stars Robert Hayes, Jolie Hegarty, and Leslie Nielsen, among others. The movie's plot follows the story of a group of passengers on a commercial flight that experiences a series of in-air disasters, from food poisoning to a sick pilot. The film is a non-stop barrage of gags and puns that keep audiences laughing from start to finish. One of the standout elements of Airplane is its deadpan delivery and ridiculous situations. The movie's humor is often absurd and over the top, but the actors play their roles with such sincerity that it makes the comedy even funnier. Leslie Nielsen in particular shines as the bumbling Dr. Rumek, whose deadpan delivery and silly one-liners have become iconic in movie history. The film's success led to a franchise of sequels and spin-offs, but the original remains a timeless classic that continues to entertain audiences to this day. Number 7. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Monty Python and the Holy Grail is a British comedy movie released in 1975. The film was directed by Terry Gilliam and Terry Jones and stars the Monty Python comedy troupe, including Graham Chapman, John Cleese, and Eric Idle. The film is a parody of the legend of King Arthur, following him and his knights as they search for the Holy Grail. The movie's humor is irreverent and often silly, with memorable scenes and quotable dialogues that have become iconic in comedy history. One of the standout elements of Monty Python and the Holy Grail is the creativity of its humor. The movie's humor is often self-referential, with the characters breaking the fourth wall and commenting on the absurdity of their own situations. The film's success has led to a large and loyal fan base, with many considering it to be one of the greatest comedies of all time. Number 6. Bridesmaids. Bridesmaids is a comedy movie released in 2011, directed by Paul Feig and starring Kristen Wiig, Raya Rudolph, and Melissa McCarthy. The film follows the story of Annie, a struggling single woman who is asked to be the maid of honor for the best friend Lillian's wedding. As she navigates the challenges of planning a wedding, Annie also struggles with her own personal issues, including a failing business and an on-again, off-again relationship. The movie's humor is relatable and often raunchy, with a cast of hilarious women who bring their characters to life with wit and charm. One of the standout elements of Bridesmaids is its female-led cast and crew. The movie broke new ground in Hollywood by featuring a cast of talented and funny women in leading roles, and was widely praised for its portrayal of women's friendships and struggles. The movie's humor is often irreverent and over the top, with memorable scenes that include a white bachelorette party and a disastrous airplane trip. The film's success has led to a renewed interest in female-driven comedies and has inspired a new generation of filmmakers and comedians to push boundaries and challenge the stereotypes. Number 5. Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is a supernatural comedy movie released in 1984, directed by Ivan Reitman and starring Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Ernie Hudson. The film follows the story of a group of scientists who start a ghost-catching business in New York City. As they investigate a series of supernatural events, they must also contend with a skeptical public and a vengeful demon. The movie's humor is a perfect blend of wit and slapstick, with memorable characters and iconic scenes that have become part of pop culture history. One of the standout elements of Ghostbusters is its cast of talented and hilarious comedians. Bill Murray, in particular, shines as a sarcastic and irreverent Peter Venkman, whose one-liners and deadpan delivery have become iconic. The film's humor is often self-referential, with the characters commenting on the absurdity of their own situations, and the special effects are impressive for their time. The movie's success led to a franchise of sequels, spin-offs, and merchandise, cementing its place as one of the greatest comedies of all time. Number 4. The Big Lebowski. The Big Lebowski is a comedy movie released in 1998, directed by Joel and Ethan Coen, and starring Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, and Julianne Moore. The film follows the story of Jeff Lebowski, a laid-back slacker who gets caught up in a bizarre series of events after he is mistaken for another man with the same name. As he navigates the criminal underworld of Los Angeles, Jeff is accompanied by his bowling buddy Walter and a cast of eccentric characters. The movie's humor is irreverent and often absurd, with a quirky sense of style that has become a trademark of the Coen brothers films. One of the standout elements of The Big Lebowski is its memorable characters and quotable dialect. Jeff Bridges' portrayal of the dude has become iconic with his laid-back demeanor and love of white Russians, inspiring a cult following. John Goodman Walter is also a standout, with his explosive temper and devotion to his Vietnam War buddies adding a level of depth to the film's humor. The movie's plot is intentionally convoluted, with its twists and turns keeping audiences guessing until the very end. Overall, The Big Lebowski is a unique and entertaining movie that continues to be popular with audiences of all ages. Number 3. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy is a comedy movie released in 2004, directed by Adam McKay and starring Will Ferrell, Christina Applegate, and Steve Carell. The film is a parody of the 1970s television news industry, following the story of Ron Burgundy, a chauvinistic news anchor who is forced to work with a female co-anchor as the station tries to boost its ratings. The movie's humor is often absurd and over the top, with memorable scenes and quotable dialogue that have become iconic in comedy history. One of the standout elements of Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, is its talented cast of comedians. Will Ferrell brings his trademark wit and charm to the role of Ron Burgundy, while Christina Applegate balances him out with her strong and independent character. Steve Carell steals the show as the bumbling weatherman Brick Tamland, whose strength and hilarious commentary provides some of the movie's funniest moments. The film's humor is often politically incorrect, with jokes that poke fun at everything from race to gender to sexuality. While the movie's humor may not be for everyone, it has developed a loyal fanbase and remains a popular comedy to this day. Number 2. Caddyshack. Caddyshack is a comedy movie released in 1980, directed by Harold Ramis and starring Chevy Chase, Rodney Dangerfield, and Bill Murray. The film is set at an exclusive golf club and follows the story of a group of golfers and members of the club as they navigate a series of absurd and hilarious situations. The movie's humor is often irreverent and over the top, with a cast of memorable characters and a number of iconic scenes that have become part of pop culture history. One of the standout elements of Caddyshack is its talented cast of comedians. Chevy Chase, Rodney Dangerfield, and Bill Murray all bring their unique styles of humor to their roles, creating a perfect blend of wit, slapstick, and physical comedy. Murray's portrayal of the eccentric groundskeeper Carl Spackler is particularly memorable, with his deadpan delivery and hilarious antics stealing the show. The film's plot is intentionally loose, with its focus on the characters and their interactions rather than a traditional narrative. Overall, Caddyshack is a classic comedy that has entertained audiences for decades and remains a must-see movie for fans of the genre. Number 1. The Princess Bride. The Princess Bride is a fantasy romance movie released in 1987, directed by Rob Reiner and starring Carrie Elwes, Robin Wright, and Mandy Patinkin. The film is based on the novel of the same name by William Goldman and tells the story of a young woman named Buttercup who is kidnapped and must be rescued by her true love, Wesley. The movie's humor is a perfect blend of satire, wit, and slapstick, with memorable characters and iconic scenes that have become part of pop culture history. One of the standout elements of The Princess Bride is the clever and self-aware humor. The movie mixes fairy tale tropes with modern sensibilities, resulting in a film that is both charming and hilarious. The cast of characters is diverse and memorable, from the lovable giant physique to the vengeful swordsman Inigo Montoya, whose quest for revenge has become one of the movie's most famous lines. The film's themes of true love, honor, and adventure have made it a beloved classic that continues to be popular with audiences of all ages. And there you have it, guys, the top 10 most comedy movies of all time. Whether you're a fan of classic comedies or modern hits, the list has something for everyone. What is your favorite title? Tell us in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. As always, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck.